Welcome to Back Talk, the premier podcast from Successful Black Parenting Magazine, featuring in-depth conversations and expert insights on crucial topics for Black families. We are ranked one of the top 4 Black family podcasts on FeedSpot, and we're number 1 on Million Podcasts too. So I'm your host, Janice Robinson Celeste. The question today is, at what age should we allow our kids to really start caring about their skincare? I'm not talking about acne, okay? I'm talking about just things they see on TV. Like, is it self-care or beware? And are we helping or hurting our kids by letting them follow adult beauty trends so young? They're really young. If you have a preteen or a teen who is obsessed with skincare, stay tuned for more information. Let's get started.
This is Back Talk by Successful Black Parenting Magazine, the most listened to podcast for parents by parents.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Back Talk by Successful Black Parenting Magazine, your go-to podcast talk show for parents. We are live. That means you can ask questions by posting in the comment section. Okay, I'm gonna be okay today. On our Facebook and YouTube, just do it. Do it early. Share our podcast with your friends. Shout it out to your followers, because sharing is truly caring. And don't forget to use the hashtag BackTalk. I like to see that when I go to search for our episodes in your comments. So do that when you post. So today, we're diving into a topic that's bubbling up in households everywhere: kids and skincare, from sheet masks to serums. Gen Alpha is all in. So if you have a Gen Alpha child, please watch this, especially a daughter who loves their skincare. You need to watch this right now. And we even have sons that are into it. But is this a sign of wellness awareness, or are they doing it too much too soon? Right now, we have Dr. Natasha Copelin, Natasha Copelin, right? Founder of Vibrant Rejuvenation. I can't talk today. I'm sorry, Dr. Natasha. Vibrant Rejuvenation. Hello. A wellness and aesthetics clinic serving Black and Latino communities on Long Island. Welcome, Dr. Copelin. Appreciate you coming.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Can you tell us a little bit about your background and why this is important to you?
My background, I've been in healthcare, seemed like decades for decades, 10 to 20 years, maybe 30. I started off as a surgical tech, and I progressed on the way up. It's important for Black skincare. I think we should always take care of our skin, especially at the youth. But however, I feel that they're doing really too much. TikTok and the trends that's going on Instagram, it seems about too much for the young generation. At 12 or 13 years old, I find that best to keep it simple, unless they have acne skin, very high oil production, then that'll be something different. So you add a little other stuff in there. But basic, keep it clean, sunscreen. I believe that's the best.
Yes, it seems like a lot, and it seems to be fueled by YouTube videos.
Yes.
Which is interesting. And we have an 11-year-old in our house, and she has the sheets and things, and she asked for gift cards to Ulta and things like that, Sephora, and I'm like, for what? And then she told me the other day, I need toner. Excuse you? For what? I need toner. You don't need, your pores are fine. But this is what we're dealing with these days because of the influence of social media and videos, channels like YouTube. But before we go all the way into that, I always ask my guests an icebreaker, just so people get to know you a little bit. What's one of the things most people don't know about you, but would be surprised to learn?
Oh, let me see. What would be surprised to learn? That's a good question. A lot of things. What I want to share. I really don't do much to my skin, honestly. Nope.
The irony.
Genetics. Yes, I know. Genetics. Unfortunately, genetics. A lot of people say, oh, you have good skin. What do you do? Nothing. Just soap and water, wash it. Nothing particular. I just wash my face.
Okay.
Sunscreen. I've started that several years ago. It's sunscreen. Less is more. I try to do a sunscreen with a moisturizer, and that's it. Something easy to go. I don't like to spend a lot of time on no makeup right now. I like to spend a lot of time on my skin. Not that I don't have the time, I just don't want to.
Well, sunscreen is very important. Can I ask you what age range you're in? I won't ask you your age.
Oh, that's okay. I'm 54 years old, Jazz. I'm 54.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Look at your skin. Yes, ma'am. I love it. All right.
Genetics play a big factor in it, though. But yes,
Absolutely. But the funny thing is, you mentioned sunscreen, which is really important. Now, I learned that as an adult because I remember as a kid, we never wore sunscreen. We just be on the beach, getting nice and tan and happy about it. People putting oil on, and I saw people putting oil with iodine in it, trying to get reddish tan. It was craziness. And but the funny thing is, the kids today that are into the skincare won't wear sunscreen.
they skip the sunscreen.
Right? What's that about? What's going on?
Especially a color or have melatonin in their skin, they won't do sunscreen. That me neither. I did it. I started when I started getting more educated, realized yes we need, and I try to educate as much as I can. We need sunscreen. Yes, we have melatonin in our skin. Yes. However, we still get skin cancer. We still get sunscreen. If it's like, oh, you look so good, you're aging great. I can age even better.
Hey.
Better, gracefully, better. So yes, sunscreen is very important. We didn't know science wasn't there. We wasn't educated. So you can't blame, I have a lot of people, I'm so upset. You can't blame if you didn't know. You have to do something about it. Sunscreen is the most important thing, honestly.
Right. And I know how important it is because I never really had problems with wrinkles too much, right? Nothing I couldn't put something on and it healed pretty much, like good skin. My mom's got good skin. But last summer, I forgot my sunscreen. Like I don't use it that often, but I started using it more, and I'm religious with it because of this. I went tubing on the river for 4 hours, and I did not have sunscreen. I guess the river also reflects the sun, and at the time I didn't feel as much because the water was cold. But my forehead got really dark. I mean, so dark, like, and dry, like for months and months. Even so right now, I'm still suffering. I just got the color back to normal, but all the wrinkles that developed on my forehead after that I never had before, fine lines,
damaging,
all from one event. Like, I didn't know that could happen. So
it's twice as worse because, like you said, the water reflects. So it's like a magnifying glass. It kind of it makes it even hotter. So yeah,
fixing it now. But we were talking about the young kids, so let's get right into the trends because they're obsessed with YouTube, TikTok, and as a medical expert, what's your initial reaction? You kind of tell us a little bit about it, but when you see 10 and 11-year-olds using toner like we have here and anti-aging serums, I mean, will that help them to stay looking young when they get our age?
It can help. If minimal, but if they're too young. Yeah. Sunscreen, protect your skin. They're doing all these things, and I see all the stuff on TikToks and Instagram, but they're forgetting the sunscreen. They didn't go to the basic sunscreen to protect the foundation. Should be sunscreen. You could maybe a toner. I'm not totally against the toner and moisturizer. That's it. You don't want dry skin. Get your alligator skin. Everybody knows that. You want to moisturize. Sunscreen and moisturizer is the most important thing.
That's it for them. That's all they need.
That's all they need. Unless they have acne and other, skin issues, then I can understand that.
Okay. Now, I've heard pros and cons about sunscreen too. Like it can cause cancer. Is there or what number to use? Can you give us some advice about that?
The number, I would say 50.
50. 50. Not 30.
Not 30. I would say 50. Okay. And apply it more than once a day. Okay. You forget, you wash it, you sweat it off, and you do stuff like that. So apply it again midday, especially today. Well, where I'm at, it's hot, right? So you put sunscreen on, then midday you're wiping your face, you're sweating, then you have no more sunscreen. By 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, no more sunscreen. So you really have to apply it again. Babies, they need sunscreen. Sunscreen to protect the skin. We didn't know. We know now. We're educated now. There's no reason for we not to have sunscreen.
Right. We should have had a sponsor for like sunscreens. You got Black Girl sunscreen, which I love, but I think it only comes as high as 30, but it's clear. So, it's great for black skin so you don't look white. Because I went to Six Flags a couple of weekends ago and I had the white one on and we were on the tubing. And as soon as I got splashed with water, my whole face was white again. So
yeah, I don't like that. I like the clear. There's another one I like, but the one I use, it has moisturizer. We have here, it has moisturizers in it as well. A slight tint. doesn't do nothing for me. People color it to the tint, but I like the fact that it's moisturizer and sunscreen. So I only do one thing. Like I said, I have the time. I don't want to do. I just want and keep going, right?
Right.
And don't forget the neck and the chest.
Yes.
Everybody think about their face. Then their face is looking, let's just say 20, right?
Right. The neck and everything.
The neck is 90. The chest is 90. Everybody forget this. And we wear V-necks in the winter too.
Right. Right.
And the hands.
So every season.
Everybody forget about the hands. Face looking good.
The hands. Yeah. I don't think about the hands.
See, you put the sunscreen right in your hand and you wash your hands a lot, so you want to put sunscreen. Everybody forget about the hands. Now you're looking good, and then you look down at your hands. Ooh.
Right. I didn't even think about my hands. But I did. My chest was affected because I had a bathing suit on, so it was more so like this and this. But my forehead, I was like, where do these little wrinkles come from? And it took a couple months to show up. But then I realized it was all connected because I never had an issue like that. I know I'm getting older, but still, that one incident I was fighting. So, but the young kids, they don't have to worry about wrinkles, but what do they have to worry about?
You don't have to worry about wrinkles, but they still will age quickly.
Really?
Some age quickly. So you want the sunscreen. They will get wrinkles at an earlier age. Like you said, it took a while for the wrinkles to show up. They will age quickly.
Okay. What is a safe age that's appropriate for a skincare routine that's not about acne, but for children or tweens or even teens, especially for us with melanin-rich skin?
Let's say about 15, 16.
Yeah, and what should they be doing besides just sunscreen?
Sunscreen, I would say sunscreen, definitely moisturizer, a toner.
That's it. Still,
that's it.
Nothing else at that age, unless they have acne. We're going to keep saying that. Unless they have acne or something like that.
Something like that.
Okay, and we'll touch on acne a little bit at the end. I don't want to forget that because I know there are a lot of people that suffer with that. But we have warmer weather coming up, beach days, pool parties. It's hot here in Atlanta. And I am missing the beach so much. I'm a beach girl, so I love being by the beach, and I'm landlocked here. But what are some of the most common skin issues that kids face in the summer, and how can parents prevent them?
Common will be skin damage. Yeah, skin damage. A lot of kids have eczema. That's a big thing, the eczema. Oily, acneic skin. But eczema seems to be a big thing. My grandkids, and one of them has eczema. And eczema come on a later age. And my son, he said, Mommy, when I turned 31, I started getting these dry patches. And he has realized it was eczema.
Yeah. I know my daughter was about 3. My youngest daughter, she's an adult now, but when we came back from the beach one time, like I had no idea she had eczema. I guess I'm assuming she had it before that. I just didn't know.
Right.
But when we came back from the beach, her skin looked like a leopard. It had spots, dry spots all over, and I thought she caught something from the beach. I remember that vividly. And when we went to the doctor, he said, "Oh no, this is eczema," and she's been suffering for all of her life now. But that's when it first showed itself to me after we came from the beach and her skin had dried out. So is there something that parents can do, whether it's eczema or not, to just keep their skin moisturized once they get home from the beach or finish? They might not be home, but wherever they are when they're done at the beach, what should they be doing?
Moisturizing oil, not oil itself, but like a good, nice moisture, fragrance-free moisturizer. Just a nice, good moisturizer.
Do you have one that you recommend for black skin?
For black skin, we have one that we have here for the face. So you can use it over, but I probably wouldn't. I would just keep it coconut oil.
Coconut oil. Okay. Our nut oils. We love those. Shea butter or anything like that.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Aloe vera.
Oh, okay.
Oil. You put it on at night. You have to hydrate your skin. That would you quickly. Now you're in the sun, and the sun could dry it out. Hydrate it. A thick, nice shea butter, nice good oil on your body. Face, less oil because you don't want to break out. It's a little different. The rest of the body, oil.
Okay.
What about butter? Let's get thick butter, like cocoa butter, shea butter.
Yeah. Is it better to use real aloe vera plant like you can get from the supermarket and just break pieces off and use that? Or is it okay just to use the gels? Because I noticed that the gels and things have other things in it.
I would just use the plant and break it.
Yeah, the plant is best, right?
Sometimes I make the oil, the butter myself. I started making the stuff myself, putting the shea butter, the cocoa butter. I don't want too greasy, playing with it. Put some aloe vera oil, some olive oil. I just start making little things and just, playing with it myself to make it, at least I know it's pure and what it has into it. And I make a big batch. It takes a while trying to get the right, what I'm trying to accomplish, and just give it to the family.
Right. And do you have any thing to say about vitamin E oil? Because I know I started using that myself, so I like it.
Yes, vitamin E, vitamin C oil, those vitamin A, yes, those are oils. So when I make it, I add those in there as well.
All right, we have something for everybody today. Look at that. If you're older, if you've got a kid, because I'm trying to get all the information for myself too. So, oh my gosh.
Right, yeah. You have to hydrate. It's like even with a car, I don't want to say a car, but when there's no oil in it, it friction. You want to hydrate your skin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. And that's really important.
Yeah.
There are many treatments out there that were not originally designed for Black and brown skin. So that's why I want to know what parents should look for in skincare products or treatments to avoid damage or discoloration. I know you talked about the nut oil, so like shea and coconut, but is there something else that they should avoid?
They should exfoliate as well.
Exfoliate. And how do they do that?
Just a regular exfoliating. They have the exfoliating stuff in the stores. You can make it yourself. I haven't done that yet, honestly. But exfoliate. I just started that maybe the last 10 years. Woo! Oh my gosh, the skin feels like butter smooth. Yes.
Are you talking about like scrubs, like sugar scrubs and things like that?
But they have ones for the face. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Face, neck, body. Yes, a nice
scrub. More gentle.
It's a scrub. Yeah.
Because I understand the under the eyes you gotta be careful, right? It's thin skin even for children. Is that right?
Everybody's thin skin.
Everybody's thin skin.
No okay. Everybody thin skin.
So you gotta be careful
underneath the eye. So you just want to be gentle. That's why you see with anyone bags, discoloration underneath the eye, because the skin is thin.
And what happens if they aren't careful around under the eyes?
You can tear the skin.
Tear it like in bleeding rip. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's thin, so you want to be gentle when you get around here. You just want to be gentle. This is tougher than here. Oh, this is tougher, but here, even anything around the eye. So you want to be gentle.
Okay, I know I've bruised under my eyes from allergies. That's another issue. Dry skin allergies, they all seem to go together, right? Yeah, allergies, and I damaged my skin. I remember starting 13, I had dark circles, and I couldn't get rid of it because the allergies kicked in. So interesting, yeah.
Sinuses in the clogged, the ducts are clogged. Yes, the sinus.
All that can damage your skin as well as a kid, even. So interesting.
And you have to see what you're eating. Go back to eczema. Sometimes it's what you're eating.
Yeah.
You have to think about what did you change? What are you eating? In a sense of, I hate to say it again, but my grandson, he's breaking out bad. And I had to figure out what, I don't know. So we had this routine. We have chocolate milk and, hot cocoa before we go to bed. It's the cocoa.
The cocoa. I thought you were going to say the milk, but okay.
Could be the milk too, but we stopped them both. Milk and the cocoa all together. He has milk sensitivity. So he's like little lactose. So we have lactose-free milk. And we hot chocolate is our little routine every night. Make sure we get the hot chocolate and the marshmallows, blah, blah, blah. And I was reading. I said, we're going to just try something because that's what we've been doing for the last month or so. We stopped that. He hasn't broken out since.
Wow. Wow. But he drinks milk throughout the day at other times. So it's definitely the cocoa.
Lactose tolerant, but not so much cheese and stuff like that. But it was the cocoa.
That's amazing.
So it's eating, because sometimes eczema is triggered by which, and he was breaking out bad, itching. Yeah.
Huh.
Almost tearing the skin apart. I said, you have to stop. Yeah.
Yeah. My daughter knuckles used to bleed from eczema.
Yep. So you figure out what's triggering it, and then of course you get sometimes stress too, but that's more of an adult thing.
I see. Well, let's talk about moms with kids. Jobs, family life, skincare is often last on the list. And, I work for myself. So I'm in charge of my own schedule, but I can't see if I worked a 9 to 5 job doing all the skincare stuff I do in the morning and night. Even with my schedule now at night, I'm tired. Sometimes I don't even feel like doing it. Like what are your top 3 skincare musts for a busy mom? If you don't do anything else, you need to do that.
I'm just like you.
Yeah.
Wash your face. Make sure you don't leave the makeup on. If you have any makeup, just definitely wash your face. Drink water. Hydrate. is one in sunscreen.
Okay.
Sunscreen's
Wash,
good at
tighten.
daytime, but you're talking about before you go to bed. Just try to wash the makeup off because you're clogging the pores, even with good. And I'm not the best at that, and I know that's a good thing. So what I try to do is, I wash my face, and I need to wash it again because I'm kind of, with the grandkids. Makeup remover or face cleanser next to the nightstand, something you can easily reach real quick after you read your book or whatever, so you can wipe your face clean, stuff like that, trying to make it reachable. Just try to cleanse your face often, even throughout the day, providing you don't have the makeup, because the makeup is going to, have to put the makeup back on if you're 9 to 5. So at nighttime, for those that wear the makeup, definitely wash your face. Don't sleep with your makeup.
Right. And I found if I put my skincare in a convenient place, maybe hidden like a basket on the coffee table, whatever, I can watch TV and do it. So when I come home to relax, I don't have to wait.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah, I have to wait till the end of the night. It's kind of hidden. No one knows it's there, but I can just reach over, and when I'm watching television after I wash my face, I can put that on. Not that I get to watch TV much anymore. But what about people with either hyperpigmentation or aging skin? Is there something they can do or should be doing?
Hyperpigmentation, it gets worse, and they know it gets worse in the summer because the sun makes hyperpigmentation more prominent. Sunscreen, and I know everything's going back to sunscreen.
Yeah.
Screen is sun, and sun makes it worse. My daughter has hypopigmentation, so she has the light patches.
Light patches, okay.
Yeah, so she's a little opposite. Summer is more even because the light patches get a little darker, and she still wears sunscreen because it also could get very dry. So she wears sunscreen, so it's more even in the summer. But the winter, she has really hyperpigmentation. But she says she doesn't bother her. But hyper, it's going to get darker.
Right. What can you do with the hypo? Because I know I even have a small hypo spot on my shin that I remember my dermatologist said, "Oh no, that's not going to work back." So I thought I was getting vitiligo.
Oh yeah.
My grandmother had vitiligo, so I thought it was hereditary,
Right.
But it was so small, so it hasn't grown. So,
good.
What do you do for that?
Nothing.
Nothing. There's nothing you can do. Just makeup.
Makeup.
If you want to hide it.
It's on the shin. Makeup.
Okay.
The self tanners, little self tanners that you have now.
So will tan.
Yep. Just to give it a little bit of color, and I like that myself because it kind of makes me even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I like the self tanner on the legs. It's just messy if you sit on a bed with white sheets or something.
Oh yes.
Transfers, right? They need to do better with that part.
And all that stuff. They have to come better formula, but yeah, I do like it. It gives you more of an even skin tone, especially like legs and just I like it.
Okay. So you guys getting all the deets today. So with social media influencing both kids and adults, what advice do you give to families on balancing self-care with body acceptance, especially when beauty standards that we see don't reflect our culture?
Self-care.
How do you balance that, especially with body acceptance? Because, that's a big thing too now.
It starts within.
Mm-hmm.
It starts within. It's almost like when I say you can't expect, and I'm not, saying someone to love you if you don't love yourself. You have to be happy within you. Yes, a little overweight. It's not even about body acceptance. It's about a healthy issue now. It's about health, because overweight, can cause other comorbidities. You got diabetes. It hurts your knees. It hurts the socks. So that's a reason why to lose some weight besides yourself. But you have to be happy within yourself.
Yeah. It's
hard. Carbs is a bad thing. You can't eat too much carbs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very hard. Me, myself, I've always been thin. My mother's thin. But at a certain age, I think 40, it just didn't.
I'm bad with that. I'm bad with that. I got to do better.
What would you bad with? What?
Carbs.
No.
I eat like a kid. I just got to do better. Like, I don't eat a lot, but when I do, it's not usually the best food for me. I think I got like even a salad aversion. Every now and then I crave salad, but I had to eat salads for 3 years when I was competing in pageants, and I was like, I don't ever want to see another salad again or vegetables. So I don't eat a lot of meat. I'm a seafood person, but the stuff I get is probably not good for me. I can tell you, last night I had ramen with shrimp. Spicy. I know, but it was like so good. So I'm sorry, but it was real ramen, like from a restaurant, and it had shrimp. It was so good, and that's like my that's my nemesis right now.
Pasta right there. They got the pasta. Shrimp was good.
Oh, it's so good though. But I'm so bad at that. Like I'm from Philly, so cheesesteak. I'll make my own cheesesteaks, and I know all that is not good for me. That's the only meat like I will eat, like cheesesteak. Maybe because I'm from Philly, I can't help that.
Moderation, you can have it. You can't to take something totally out is not realistic to me.
I
You
know.
have to have, but not
But
so much.
that I'd eat like that constantly, like oxtails, So I'm the
What are
worst.
you doing with the oxtails? With the meat,
I like the red beans and rice or the beans and rice with it.
that's it right there. I was waiting for that. It's the
Yeah.
rice.
Okay. But
It's the rice.
I know I'm not supposed to have all that. But I'm bad. Hoagies, because I'm Philly, hoagie, we could say a sub sandwich. But yeah, I'm bad. I'm bad. I'm telling you, but I'm trying to do better. And my go-to is if I don't know what I want to eat is cheese and crackers, or peanut butter and jelly. I eat like a kid. I don't know how long I'll sustain
Very
it,
good.
but
I love peanut butter and jelly. I'm with you on that.
peanut butter and jelly. Okay, that's American thing. I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now you've worked a lot with moms who are exploring medical weight loss options, right?
Yes.
Like Ozempic. That's been in the news with all the you see all the celebrities using it because you can tell. And then
Yep.
they have like Ozempic, Ozempic, fate, all the stuff that they call go with it, Ozempic toes, the things that are side effects. But how do you? Yeah, there's something about toes I saw recently. I can't tell you what it is, but it's
Yeah.
like they have some kind of side effect. But how do you approach that conversation without shame? And what should people understand before starting it?
To approach without shame, I did it. Like I said, it was hard. I 40, I gained weight. It was hard to shake it. I've always been skinny. Now, really skinny. Like I can eat anything. Chocolate, it doesn't really matter. So now I developed a 40-year habit. So now at 40, they're saying, cut the carbs, cut this. How? I don't know how to do that. And what is a carb? What's a carb? I don't know what a carb. I can't list what a carb is. So now I have to retrain, which is hard. I tried every diet you could think of. Some worked, but didn't last too long. But I was heavier and heavier. I don't exercise, which I need to, but I still haven't gotten that far. But I do walk. I'm busy, but not gym exercise. And I did it slow and steady. And I said, you don't have those Ozempic face. Well, when you drop weight too quickly, yes. But
I've had that. I don't have Ozempic.
The lowest dose, and I stayed there. Slow and steady wins the race.
I see.
And I did that. One time when I was at a plateau, I went up, up in dose, and then I went back down, and then just continued. And I've been off of it. I've been off it for several months.
Okay.
I am going back on it though.
How much did you lose, and why do you say that?
Well, there's a couple of reasons why. I lost about 30 pounds.
Okay.
72. Yes, I was 172. And now I think like 143, 144. Yes. The reason why I will go back on it because now I'm getting pre-diabetic. Even like I had high cholesterol too. So I used to associate. My father had high cholesterol, so did my mom have high cholesterol. When I went on a medication early, like in my 30s. And then it wasn't working. Then I go to a different one. I took the statin. Statin was giving me a lot of leg pain. So I changed from statins to a different one, which was working. Then, and that associated with being me heavier, because, it's much heavier. I lost the weight, took my blood test again. My cholesterol was higher than before.
Really?
I said, how is that? I don't even eat. I'm not even...
Right.
No,
and you lost weight.
I don't eat that no more. I was upset, really upset. And this is a genetic. I'm producing way too much cholesterol. This is genetic. There's nothing. So, he gave me something a little bit stronger, and that seemed to be working. My father was a diabetic. He passed away, but he was very non-compliant. So now I'm reaching pre-diabetic. Like, now my numbers are. So that's the reason why, because that would take me out of a smidge of insulin. So it would reduce my insulin. Okay. So that is one of my reasons. Okay. And I could lose another 10 pounds, but like I said, I'm just slow and steady because I have to gain a little bit more, but I'm slow and steady. I stay at the smallest dose, just a smidge is enough. I've had patients or clients that want to keep going up because you can't go up every 4 weeks, 4 weeks and you go up, up, up. But I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Dropping so quickly is not good. And you have to do your part. You have to exercise. You have to do steps, at least 10,000 steps, even if you're active in a yard. I don't really go to the gym, but I'm active. 10,000 steps, you have to do your part. And with any weight loss, it's not just Ozempic, anything, you lose muscle mass if you don't do weight bearing exercise, which is really walking, your feet hitting the pavement. That's weight bearing. Swimming is not, right? So you want to walk. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to sign up for the gym. You don't have to do all that. Just have to walk. I tell clients, get your song, put your AirPods on. I just do one because I need to hear what's going on, and sing a whole album. When you sing it. What do you say? Or talk, catch up on your phone calls. I can talk to my mom. She talked to me forever. So that's time I get to I don't walk around the whole neighborhood.
Right.
Just do something. Just walk.
Right. And you have apps for that now. Even if you have an Apple Watch or whatever, Fitbit, or even your phone will keep track of your steps.
Keep track of your steps. I've had clients come and say, it's not working. I said, you're walking. Yes, I'm walking. I said, let me see it. That's an iPhone. Yes, let me see it. There you go. Yeah, exactly. I said, nah, they get quiet. Oh, yeah. You have to do your part. You have to do your part. It's not just you get one thing and everything just drops in. I don't like giving so much of any medication. If it's working, it's slow and steady.
Okay.
And so now Ozempic and semaglutide, all that, it delays the gastric emptying, right? So you take your time you have to remember to eat, and it sounds insane because even when I did, I said, this little smidge is going to do, but I did it. You do have to remember to eat.
Wow. So you forget to
remember to eat. I know, but you're going to say, not me. I said, not me. You have to remember to eat because it delays the gastric emptying. If you're full now, you're going to feel full, right? Oh, okay. So you're not going to eat if you're full.
Right.
So now it's 9 o'clock. Now it's 3 o'clock. Normal you would have ate several little snacks.
Yeah.
You're not hungry. You start to get lightheaded, but you're not hungry.
Oh, okay.
And I'm speaking for experience. I'm not hungry and I'm working. I'm saying, oh my gosh, I'm not hungry. And then I said, oh my gosh, I haven't eaten. Oh my goodness. And I can't even order nothing because I'm hungry. But when it happened to me the first time, I went with grandkids, I bought them some Ensure, and that Ensure was like gold.
Sure.
Gold, yes. It was so good. It gave me life again. So I'm trying to remind you, have to, even a protein bar, like just have it in front of you. You have to eat, but now you have to choose the right things to eat.
Right.
And developing a habit.
Yeah, because otherwise you just put it back on when you stop, right? Okay.
Yeah, interesting. Stop. Some people say, I don't want to be on it for the rest of my life. Yeah, me neither, but I will because it's society. If this one medication is going to prevent you from having cholesterol, prevent you from having diabetes, not overweight, so now your knees are not hurting, your back is not hurting. Mentally, let's get to the mind, your self-esteem, you feel better. Everybody, you're singing and you're dancing and you're feeling better because so it's a mental thing. I would. But someone that's on cholesterol or diabetes, they take the medication every day and everybody thinks that's fine. Okay. Stop eating sugar. I'm not this hypothetically speaking, but I'm pretty sure it depends if they're type 1 and type 2. Tell them that it's easier said than done. So if I would have to take this little bit for the rest of my life, I'm fine. A size extra large clothes costs more than a small. And I'm not saying you have to go that small. I'm just saying you eat everything, but you're not eating that much. You're eating the right things. So grocery bills less.
Boom. I like that idea.
Self-esteem is better. You feel good. It's like when you're sick and when you lay in the bed, you're sick, but when you finally decide to get up, from being a cold or something, you finally get dressed and take a shower. Whoa, you feel good. So you feel good. Your self-esteem is back mentally. Now you're not depressed. You're off depression meds. You're not taking those meds because you're not depressed no more. You're moving quicker because you're a little thinner.
Wow. So Ozempic is where is that?
It's this one little thing will take care of everything. But I'm not telling you to stay on it forever. But if you have to, it's not totally a bad thing. But now you're developing a habit. It took me maybe 5 or 6 months because I remember I was slow and steady. But I developed a habit, and some people drink their calories.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wine and entertaining.
I do with you.
Everyone that was drinking, I had clients come and say, "I don't even drink no more." Because remember, they
don't crave anything.
There's no more cravings. But what I did find personally, with me and a couple other clients, the ones that didn't have no cravings had cravings. What's having cravings? I said, "This is what a craving is." Oh, this
Mm.
time. But
Okay.
it's mentally, I try not to kind of love Kit Kats, but not like that. I was getting Kit Kats all the time, but I try to get the
I like
teeny
Kit Kats.
ones, not the
Yeah.
teeny ones, just to create my crunch, not the big bar like I used to do.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't tell nobody to stop something totally unless it was, a health reason. But, you have to treat yourself. That's just not reality to me. But just
Right.
put it down. Even if you had a sandwich, okay, we like our peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right? I'm not telling you to stop that either. Just use one bread, half and half, and fold the one slice in half.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You have to have the
Okay.
whole thing, just slice in half, right?
Right.
Not even
Right.
slice it, just fold the one in half. Jelly on this side, peanut butter, that's it, fold it in half. There you go.
Right. I always tell people, you're still hungry. This is what I had to do when I was training. I would wait 20 minutes, drink some water in the
Water.
meantime, and then see if once my brain registered that I was full, usually I didn't want any more. And that way I was able to cut my calories in half. But yeah, so
Water before you eat. Yes,
yeah.
that's old. Yep.
And then what about, is this good for moms after they have their babies? They're not nursing anymore, like a mommy makeover kind of thing. They want to drop the weight, the baby weight. Can they use Ozempic for that?
They can. It depends. I mean, it depends on the other issues. They have other comorbidities, but you have to speak to whoever you're going to. But I'm personally not against it. They have to be off of breastfeeding and stuff like that. Yeah.
What about a mom who just wants to lose like 10, 15 pounds? Is that something for that? Or is this somebody who is for people who are only for people who are obese, I should say?
No, it's not for only anybody with a high, but BMI like in the 30s, around there,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. This, what I like about it is more for the middle people.
Middle.
Yeah. Here I can relate back to personally. My brother was obese. He don't have a hip fit when he hear this, right? But and he
Oh,
got
nobody knows.
oh yeah,
Nobody knows.
he had the surgery. He had the sleeve.
Yeah.
He was very heavy set. He was young. I was heavy set too. I wanted the sleeve too, but I didn't fit the criteria. Yeah, I wanted it too. The doctor said I had to gain 30 pounds to fit the criteria.
Whoa.
30 pounds. So I got to go up to go back. No.
Yeah, that's a lot to do.
When this came out, I liked it because it's for the middle, right in the middle. I don't want to gain more to go down. I don't want to do that. But what about the people that's right in the middle? Us, that I was 170. That's heavy to me.
Right, right. And how tall are you?
5'3".
5'3". Okay, yeah, that's a lot. 5'3"
That's a
for
lot.
you.
I've never been. Yeah. Then I looked at my pictures. I tell my daughter, I said, don't tell me I was fat. We told you, mommy. Yeah, I said, that was me. And I thought I was looking good. Oh my gosh.
Mirrors are deceiving. I tell everybody, mirrors are deceiving. That's why, I look at photographs. I'm like, which one do I look like? The mirror or the photograph? I don't know.
Gradually, your eyes just adjust. Like it's a little bit. It's like, being pregnant. So you just getting a little bit and you just adjust to it. It's not like, so like my brother had the surgery. He dropped quickly. And I said, Michael, you lose too much weight. Natasha, your body would adjust it. He's right, because we gradually, and if it happened gradually, slowly, our eyes would adjust. But when you go up that and go down, it's a little different. So same with gaining weight. You didn't gain, skinny today and gain 30 pounds next week. It happened a little bit. So your eyes just adjust as you, going in and you don't realize, but then getting a little tighter, just go a little size up. Yeah.
Right. I remember I gained a lot of weight. I was over 200 pounds at one point right before I started doing the pageants. That was my motivation, was to do pageants with women half my age and younger.
Okay.
So, because nothing else was working. My health, oh, whatever. Yeah. But I got to be in a bikini on stage with 18-year-old. Oh, okay. I was almost 50. And I was like, all right. And so I lost the weight and I won Mrs. New Jersey, United States. And then I got to compete nationally with bikini models and stuff. I was like, oh, heck. Yeah, that was my motivation. It never worked, right? But it did work, and I kept most of it off. I mean, I gained some back, but I like where I am now.
Mm-hmm.
I just need I'm about toning now. Like, I need to tone as much as I can, because you get older, you lose that muscle mass. But as far as losing weight, that was the hardest thing I ever did in my life, and I had 3 children.
It's hard.
It was difficult. And I didn't do it with anything but the gym and working out. And one time I tried the trends like the lemonade, cayenne pepper.
Oh yes, I see that.
I did that. I lost so much weight so fast. My face was sunken in and hanging, and it was hard. I looked horrible. And I happened to do a TV show back then. Y'all can look it up if y'all want. It was Say Yes to the Dress with my older daughter, and all my daughters were there actually. And I look back at that, I'm like, oh my God, I looked so hard. My face was like like a zombie. I was like, I looked horrible. I learned not to do that because as soon as I got off of it, guess what? I gained weight
You right
again.
back.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it doesn't work
You
that
need
way.
to adjust your palate, adjust your mind. Veggies. I like to tell even myself, and I do it with myself and with the grandkids. I do it with the kids because I didn't know better then. Spinach, like veggies. So what I do now, I get spinach, I put it in the oven, dry it out a little bit, to a little crisp, put it in the blender, crush it, and I put it in everything. Oh, they eat veggies,
That's
don't even
good.
know they eat, especially grandkids. I don't want that on.
That's a great tip. You guys heard that?
They just put it in there, a little spoonful, doop, doop. They, oh, this tastes good.
I
And then
like that idea.
they don't even know they're eating veggies. And that's the only way I was able to get them to eat veggies.
Oh, that's great.
Mhm.
Well, let me talk about the community because you serve our community that's often left out of these conversations. What's
Yeah.
the most rewarding part of helping Black and Latino families reclaim their health and confidence?
They're just so happy, bring back their self-esteem. That is rewarding. They're happy, their self-esteem. That's a big goal. Their self-esteem, to bring back their self-esteem is really good. And to
I
have them
like that.
smiling and being happy. It's a good feeling.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Let's do a lightning round. I'll name a few popular skincare trends and you tell me if it's truth or just a trend. So, truth or
Okay.
trend? You
Ooh.
ready? I'll
Okay.
just do a few. The
Mhm.
sheet masks that are very popular.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
It's like a mask, like a moisturizing mask. It's usually white, and I had one on last night. It's just like a moist. It's either moisturizing. They have collagen masks. It's like
Oh,
a little thing you peel out the package and you lay on your face.
how
And
does it
so,
feel?
oh, great! It feels good, and it stays on here about 20 minutes. Or
I
I left
see.
mine on all night.
Oh, I've seen those. Yes, I've seen
Yeah,
those. They have the collagen. I did see those. I never tried it though. I'm really lazy. Never tried it. I guess it depends on what the ingredients is.
yeah, I guess so. So, with collagen just sitting on your face for 20 minutes work?
Probably 1%, I guess.
1%. Okay,
I'm just guessing.
some truth to that.
Keto a little bit.
Okay, okay. What about pore vacuums? I have one of those too, but I use the microdermabrasion end of it, and that's how I got my forehead back. But what about the pore vacuums? They suck all the gook out of your pores.
Yes, I believe in that. I have that.
So
Yeah.
that's truth.
Yes.
Okay. Now this, I'm not even sure what this. Have you heard of slugging? I meant to ask you about that. Like, what is? So I looked it up. Now I can't remember what it is. But you guys out there, if you know what slugging is, comment on it below. I don't remember. I looked it up before this because I was like, what is slugging? But now I can't remember what it is. So I'm gonna skip that one. But
Yeah, I
they
don't know
have.
what slugging is either. What's slugging?
I'm gonna look that up a minute. But what about do it yourself like lemon juice facials? People use that to either lighten their skin. So I tried it once under my dark circles, and it did work, but there was a side effect. What do you think about that?
Did it burn? It seems like it would burn.
It didn't burn. It dried my skin out terribly.
Yeah, it just sounds like it would burn and dry the skin out. It did
Yeah,
work, so it does work, but the
it works for
side effect
lightening your skin.
is drying your skin out. When you said it, I'm drying, I was going to burn it out. Lemons is harsh. It does work.
Yeah, yeah. And what about sunscreen for darker skin tones? And we talked about that a
Oh
little bit.
yes, yes. I know that. Oh, I'm dark skinned. Do I need? Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Okay. Yeah, I heard there was a lawsuit at a daycare center where the white daycare worker refused to put sunblock on a dark skinned girl, but she put them on all the other, white kids and light kids, I guess. I'm imagining they were all white.
Mhm.
Um, and just refused to put it on, even though her mother provided it. And they believed the myth that black skin didn't need it.
That's sad. That's sad. Every skin needs it. And yeah, that's sad.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I kind of looked up slugging just now because I can't remember what it was. But slugging is a skincare technique where you apply a thin layer of like petroleum jelly or Vaseline over your moisturizer and you leave it on overnight. So I didn't know about that. If it works, I'm gonna try it. But it prevents moisture from escaping your skin, trapping it in. It's supposed to hydrate and repair the skin barrier. Is
I
that
don't know.
feasible?
I don't know. It seems like it's going to get maybe oily. It's going to make your skin oily and break out. But everybody's skin is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like some people put cocoa butter on their face. That's too oily for me. I'm not
I
doing
can't
that.
do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Some people, my daughter did it, and I told her, I said, Adri, don't, oops. I said, don't do it. And she put it on, put it on. She, everything with the coconut,
And then broke out.
good mommy, good mommy, good mommy. Well, 2 weeks later, she was breaking out all over. I said,
Wow. She didn't clean it good because like
yeah,
you gotta get
clogged
that
the
out.
pores and
Yeah.
broke her out. And she, every day, doing every, yep. And I said, that's not a good idea.
And usually, if I put any oil on my face, I used to break out, but now that my skin dried out from that incident, I told you pretty much, I've been
Nice.
able to use the vitamin E. Pretty much, I have not had a lot of problems. And if when I start, then I'll steam my face. Like I felt like something was coming. I said, let me steam it to get all the gook out my skin. But yeah, so no, try to avoid that oil on your
Yeah, I don't know about
face.
that slugging stuff. It seems
Yeah,
very.
that's kind of harsh and a lot. Maybe I probably would have tried that when my skin was really dry here. But I probably because I try everything. I'm like fishing to see what works and what
Yeah,
doesn't.
exactly.
And
Yeah,
if it
just
doesn't
maybe
work, I throw it back.
right in one spot. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell you have is it a spa or a skincare clinic? What is it
So I
that?
have it's spa. I don't know
It's
if it's really spa. So it's medical. It's health and wellness. We do
yeah.
facials. I don't do a lot of facials. I do some skincare, but I do like weight loss, body contouring,
Oh, I need that.
exams. Stuff like that. So anything health and wellness, IV therapy.
Oh, we
Um,
have that too.
yeah, IV therapy is really good. Some facials, I keep my facials limited. I just keep it more medically, just limited amount of facials. But I believe in the sunscreen, so more body contouring. Like I said, IV therapy, peels. I believe in peels. That I do.
Hmm.
Yes, I get peels twice a year.
Okay.
At the end of the summer to get off all the damaged skin, and at the end of winter, the sun.
Makes
So
sense.
yep, I do it twice a year. That I believe in peels and a whole bunch of stuff like that. And weight loss, like I said again, but yeah, body contour and cavitation, tighten up the skin, microneedling. I like microneedling.
I do that, and it does work well for me. So yeah. Well, we're
Micro,
talking about moms now, guys, not kids. But go ahead.
yeah, yeah. Microneedling is good. You can do stretch marks. You can do a lot of things. I like it because you're using your body for you, like you're tricking your body in a sense. So it's like nothing artificial. A
Right.
microneedling with PRP, plasma-rich platelets, where you draw the blood and you
Yeah, I heard
spin.
about that.
Yep, spin the plasma and the platelets. So there's nothing artificial in your skin. You're just using your body. So you can't be allergic to you. I mean,
Yeah.
not right. So I do fillers and Botox and stuff like that. I've had Botox myself. I haven't had it in a while, but I've had it. I'm not against
I
it.
like how you raised your eyebrows at like, look, I haven't had
Yeah,
it.
I haven't had it in a while. Yeah, I haven't had it in a while and I need it. I'm
Yeah.
not going to get it. um, Botox fillers, stuff like that. I do hair, PRP for the hair
Yeah.
as well. Teeth
Wow.
whitening, stuff like that.
So just all beautification and
Yes.
wellness. I love that. You know what? I'm sure I would spend my whole retirement there because it's a lot to upkeep, especially when you hit over 50. It's
It
a lot.
is. And, every time I keep saying I'm going to do this, and everybody's, oh, you probably do everything else. Yeah, I've done a lot, but when I get out at the end of the day, I'm ready to go home. I'm just ready to go home. I'm ready to go home.
Yeah. I understand that.
Ready to go
Now,
home.
where are you based?
Long Island, New York, North
Oh, that's
Carolina.
right. I said that again, Long Island, New York. So I'm all the way in Atlanta. So that ain't gonna work for me.
I know.
But I used to work at Hofstra University. I used to teach in the media
Yes.
department there. So
Did you?
yeah,
Okay.
so I was
Wow.
right there.
How
Yeah.
long you been in Atlanta?
Almost 2 years now.
You like it?
I like it because our people are here, and I always love that, and they support us 100%. The
Good.
part I miss is the beach, and like everyone else, I don't like the traffic. But other than that, I'm good. I'm good here.
Oh, wow.
But they had a beach, and we were like we had a shore besides the lakes. I don't like lakes, freshwater, but this would be the perfect place, absolutely, for me. But that's for those who want to keep glowing and growing with your guidance. How can they follow your work or book a consultation with Vibrant Rejuvenation?
So I do virtual consultations. You can call vibrantrejuvenation.com. We have an Instagram. Yes, I have Instagram. I have a Facebook. And I'm starting to do Vibrant Beauty, but they're all I've been on Instagram and Facebook for years. Yes.
Well, we got a lot of people listening on Instagram right now. Tell them how your Instagram handle as well.
Oh, that's a good question. Vibrant Rejuvenation.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
All right, fantastic.
Or just put, you can just put Dr. Natasha, even if you do a web search. If you put Dr. Natasha Copelin, if you put Dr. Natasha Long Island, it'll all pop up.
Copelin, right? Copelin.
Correct, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming on the show. We went a little bit over time, so I appreciate you.
Yes, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Okay. And I want to thank you guys for listening and always supporting us. I saw other people on Instagram. I want to say a big shout out to you guys because you're always tuning in. And make sure you watch the replay or send it to a friend, okay? Because we want everybody to know about us. And the only way they can do that is if you tell them. So also be sure to follow us on social media. You can go to our website at successfulblackparenting.com. Click on everything. Follow, likes, ads, all of that. And until next time, I wish you all the best and much success. Take care, and thank you again for listening.
Thanks for tuning in to Back Talk by Successful Black Parenting Magazine. We'll see you soon.